Good evening. It is May 1st, 2017. Alex Answer here, coming to you from somewhere out there in southwest Colorado. I want to talk about truth-telling, self-healing, spiritual practice, all as one. Not divided, not politics over here, being aware of world affairs over here, and spirituality, spiritual growth, hearing the voice of God or seeking to over here. They're not opposites. So I'm coming to you at a moment where I feel a sense of relief for myself. There are obviously some economic uncertainties regarding the future of the independent media as I see my next month secure, as I look at literally life one day at a time, and economically we look at with our paychecks and some of our personal responsibilities, we, including myself, even though I'm off the grid, we're one paycheck away, you could say, or a certain amount away from a major problem. And yet I have found myself doing what some would perceive to be the impossible. Here I am creating independent media off the grid, and I'm not an expert on any particular survival skill. I'm a philosopher. My content isn't even leaning towards the revolutionary. I'm a philosopher, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. And part of philosophy is not exactly, oh, this person is better than this person, or this person's top dog. There's another philosophy. Not everything's about competition. I look at David Pakman, and he's a media guy, and he's viral. And he's sitting here, he doesn't understand the idea of off the grid, and that it really doesn't have to include all that stuff and all those skills. And you can be connected to the world. You don't have to be isolated in your own little bubble. There's things like satellite internet. There's things like stored food or eating food that doesn't spoil if it doesn't have a refrigerator. There are things like compost toilets, or ways you can do your own septic, or ways you can truck out your stuff to a place where you can dump it, which a lot of places have. In rural America, where you have truck stops, there's ways you can grow your own food. There's ways you can catch the water that falls from the sky. There's ways off-gridders in some ways can completely go into the matrix, watching a lot of movies and video games, just like they did in the city. I look at what I've accomplished in just a short period of time, going from this off-grid thing being one of the biggest accomplishments of my life, but that's years after my interviews with all these well-known people in the conspiracy research community and other individuals not in that box. 10 years of Outside the Box TV, reaching thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people in my community, to reaching now millions around the internet, spread out over a period of time. 6 million on the YouTube channel, millions on Google Video before they deleted it all the way back in 2007 and 8. And seeing now that even though it may seem, and I may complain about some stupid stuff about poor views there, despite the fact I turned off comments, my views are going up and up, and the support is growing at Patreon. Someone just pledging $6 the other day, 19 subscribers at OutsideTheBox.vhx.tv. A volunteer is going to help me get my show on in Denver, and a volunteer is going to help me get my show on in Portland. If I want this to be my full-time job at this point, I can. I don't have to deal with others. I can be my own boss. And I have time to prepare for this. I know I have another month at the website, and I'm working at a website where my politics were not the same as the individual 6 months ago, and I wondered if I'd be working there in January. Now things have changed, and I feel a much stronger kinship to this man, a person who I just work for. But to like your boss, to like your job, to like your life, to like your environment, to like your home, to live within your means, to be able to live off less than $400 a month. This is what it's all been about. My whole life has led to this point. Everything has led to this point. And now I can say I'm living without fear. And I'm sitting here like overwhelmed with this feeling and overwhelmed with this sensation. It's not a sense of power. It's a sense of ability. I accomplished this. Now I have to focus my attention on what I accomplish next. Not power, but with great gifts come great responsibility. As I realize I can almost hear the voice of the haters as my sensitivity gets jacked up, as my sensitivity and awareness grew since coming onto this place. And especially during certain periods, full moon, solar flares, new moon, no solar flares, the up and the down, the yin and the yang, night and the day, and the duality, and the masculine and the feminine. And then I realized this epiphany in the last few months to weeks to days. There are other things that my sensitivity can tap into instead if I choose to. And if I choose to be responsible with my energy and awareness and attention and not be on the internet all the time and reap the benefits of being here and being closer to the sun and being able to sit in the sun and do videos outside. And there's a little bit of traffic outside. There's some complications that I've faced in my time here, but so much has been inside myself. And so every day that I live in peace and freedom, and we should be grateful to the Creator for all things, but it's something that's confirmed to me that my prayers were answered. And I look back at my life of divine intervention, stopping certain things from happening. And I've been wowed multiple times. And I can see how often we may face certain fears or concerns about losing something, and we can come to discover that was only in our mind, only in our consciousness. I've also found that we could lose something or go through a crisis only to feel that sense of relief when that crisis is resolved. Every day that I'm able to come to you now on the internet is a blessing. And it isn't about the money. Instead of doing less content, I'm going to do more content. And I'm actually, I have more good news to share, and it's like I need to focus on that as I really understand aspects of law of attraction that are real, not the counterfeit new age stuff, but there are aspects to what you focus on increases and becomes more powerful. Like I can upset my audience by going in certain directions and kicking a dead horse. It's like vinegar instead of honey. Or I can go another route and try to reach you on a level to where we're on the same page and we're not fighting over politics. And we're not in some ego space over, who's living the right way. We're taught to be super competitive. Sometimes I get defensive with some of my audience members when I perceive certain things, but there is that attitude that's been instilled in us within society. And so that's part of the truth that I'm sharing. And in the truth telling and in the activism, there's a sense of self-healing. My show was already on in Portland. Thanks to Ashley, people have already seen my warning, what I believe is coming. Reaching out and connecting with other people. And also having used Outside the Box TV for the name of my show, finally having something outside the box.vhx.tv. And then seeing that if you Google, quote, Outside the Box TV under Google, it actually comes up, as well as the videos. I'm trying to think of one other piece of really amazing news that I found out. Regarding technology, right? Regarding my content, I've also been looking for a place to put podcasts for free, where I just speak freely into the microphone and I upload it. There was a little bit of a server issue and server space issue regarding alexansary.tv, but with the outside-the-box.vhx.tv domain, I mean, basically, it doesn't even cut into the video space that I had to pay money for. It's all free. It's free for you to listen to, and it's free for me to upload. So, I am open to hearing from the audience. If you want to contact the website or join the forum, alexansary.tv/forums. And I think a lot of the spiritual commentary needs to go there, especially stuff that I've said years ago. And I'm looking at putting different categories of podcasts based on former videos and interviews, as well as new ones, to make it easy for people to be able to listen to my work. And on my part, I'll be the one doing the downloading and the re-uploading. My webmaster, she does a lot of amazing help. And without her help, I mean, sure, I could have redone the website, but major things were overhauled and are getting overhauled and are getting created that I've wanted to create for 12 years. I gotta renew the dailymatrix.com. That's one of my several websites. And just if you're curious, I'll go ahead and go over those because I'm working for somebody else for money. These are on the back burner, and I'd be more than willing, if there's someone out there that wants to practice their blogging at writing or posting news, to bring on a contributor. That is if you want to do it on a volunteer basis. I can't pay you. I can't pay anyone, technically. But see, I see a future, for example, in World War Zero, the number 0, worldwarzero.com, a database. Imagine if certain websites and news articles go down regarding this history of the military-industrial complex arming the world. Missile technology transfers to China. Imagine a day and age where China and Russia's influence over the internet causes certain articles to go dark, and people are instead seeing the fake news. There's certain websites out there that attract people, announcing that World War III is here now, and Russia and China are already moving to counterattack the United States, premeditatively calling it. That's not by accident. So I see World War Zero being a one-stop shopping depot for information regarding that. I'd love to bring on a volunteer. If studying World War III and the powers that be controlling this whole pyramid of war interests you, if you want to help me get the word out, that's a website that needs maintenance. Then there's Solar Max News. Kind of explains itself. I'm just really optimistic about 2017. So when I tell you that this is the quiet before the storm, I mean that with all my heart. Why World War III may be delayed, right? I'm going to be covering that in a future video on the On Demand channel. Please subscribe. Please support my work. $4.95 per month pretty much amounts to 16 cents a day. You've seen those little commercials, support little Johnny for 50 cents a day. Well, it's important for you to help people in the third world. It's also important for, if you're able to support those voices that you support, because it's more, right, than you putting down $4.95 so you can watch my videos. What you're doing with those 19 others and those several others at Patreon and those that have supported over time at PayPal, you're helping me reach others. Okay. You're helping me focus my time and effort on doing this full time. I'd like to get the land paid off in a year. And I could do that by working full time and just completely abandoning this video thing. I could be afraid. Oh my God, I'm so scared of World War III that I'm just going to stop making videos and I'm just going to go work full time and get 2 jobs and just work and work and work and just worry about myself. Maybe I'll be able to work and have material things and attract women and whatnot and have the nice kind of guests and You ever travel around and maybe go to Vegas and let it ride? Yeah. Just worry about Alex. The feeling that I'm getting from my higher self is this is my job. This is my job. This is who I am. This is how I've been surviving for a lot longer than some people would like to admit. How long has this been going on? How long have I been able to be self-sustaining to some degree to stay alive, keep doing videos? There's a period where it was mostly donations, a few hundred a month. And then it was replaced by AdSense. And then there was a job. A lot of people won't recognize blogging for others 3 to 4 hours a day and maintaining someone's website, but we are in the age of technology. Webmaster is a real profession. It's a gift to be in between worlds. Webmaster, and then also do my own content, and then months could go by or did go by without donations, and I made it. It's as if someone or something is watching me. It's as if I've experienced a degree of spiritual royalty. Now, I don't know where that's coming from, and if that's the case, I've been protected from a lot of physical threats. It seems so have members of my father's family as well. But I would also say the same about members of my mother's family. I certainly was blessed to have the childhood that I did, despite the whining that I've done in the past. It helped make me the man that I am today, and I don't regret who I am and what I'm becoming. I'm not embarrassed from the videos that I've produced. I stand behind my warnings. It's troubling to see some things come to fruition, but I stand behind my warnings. And I believe with your support, as it grows from 19 subscribers to another person today signing up at $4.85 per month, 16 cents a day. You could save some money by doing it yearly, about $50. You enable me. You enable me. You help me behind the scenes by helping me make this what I do full time and reaching people through Travis. I'm going to be able to reach the people of Denver, Colorado in the coming month to months. I'll be picking and I'll be working on improving the video quality. You're noticing I'm trying to make some attempts at proper positioning and lighting of cameras. There's a reason for that. I don't need to overdo the graphics. I need to be real. Communicate with the heart, mind, and soul. Bring myself into alignment, mind, body, and spirit. I'm not afraid of certain things that I was afraid of before. I can feel already a positive connection with Portlanders, people that haven't seen my face in years, wondering, where's that boy gone? I hope he's okay. I hope they didn't take him away. Oh, there he is. Well, he looks like he's been eating. How's he surviving off the grid? That's weird. Well, good luck to you, kid. Good to see you back on TV. But it's like, folks, as I wrap up here, we're in between worlds. We've come out of the analog and the older age. And David, I saw your comment on Facebook. It's not the only place people can reach me. Guys, check out my forum. There's actually several of them. And so David is saying he's feeling the exact same thing. I've gotten this from some audience members before. It's like, Alex, you're saying what I feel or what I'm thinking. And that's why I'm thinking tonight I should be doing more videos, not less. Because it's not about the money. It's about reaching people, creating content. I'm not shy. I have things to say. And for the first time in my lifetime, I have my own space. Not miles and miles from people. There's neighbors there. Maybe they can hear my booming voice when I get excited. But barely. Outside, yes. Inside here, it's Alex's world. It's Alex's world. It's Alex's reality. The walls could be white. The walls could be black. I can have books on spirituality there. I can have nothing but military strategy there. And books on shooting and skinning and blowing things up. And the Anarchist Cookbook. Nothing wrong with those things. That's not who I am. I can be living a lifestyle where I have people coming and coming, women here and there, Try to get them up here, try to play on their little off-grid desires. Natural. Not doing that either. Letting things come to me. One final thing that I'll say is that life is more than money. Ways you can help me. Videos where you feel the truth, don't just watch it. Share it. Share it on websites. Help me get more views. Help me reach more people. Find out after you watch this video, if you're in an urban area or a rural area, if you have a cable access TV center, you might just find out there's a place where you can take my show. If it's the right length, and maybe they have rules, no profanity, but they don't have rules saying no politics. People are getting political all the time. There's white supremacists and black supremacist programs. I'm not promoting racial supremacy or religion. So help me reach Americans. Because what happens is, literally, use this as a prop. America's doing this. Psh, psh, psh. They're going from football to Fox News, right? If they have Comcast cable, forget the fact it's a monopoly, there's a likelihood that in that area they have cable access TV. There was someone that said, "Oh, Alex, I don't think I can help you with that because I don't think Comcast would be the way you want to go." And I didn't hear from him again after explaining, "Dude, check out the charter." That's not what Access TV is. Maybe he didn't feel the call to help in his community. But I will say, some of you do, and you want to help. And I'm going to put together a weekly show. Probably pull clips from the on-demand channel. And shorten the message, right? Because I have a lot of messages. And if you go to the OutsideTheBox.vhx channel, you're going to see that there's a variety of content. It's not all World War III all the time. And I would say to others, that is a very significant part of the truth-telling. Yes, we're heading up on this point, but they want us to believe it's going to happen tomorrow. They want us to believe there's no hope. They want us to believe we have to keep digging our bunkers deeper and deeper into the ground. Those that dig the deepest bunkers may be the most concerned about their karma. I believe I can reach people. I already have. I'm going to do it again. They need to hear, even if I'm waking them up like I did in 2008 when I was on the air, and I said, "Wake up, wake up," and the guy woke up. And there I am talking. The next day, I'm not making up the story. Next day, I saw him at a lake. There was something spiritual going on there. We didn't end up becoming friends. It seemed that I was there to deliver a message to him. It seemed that he was there to deliver a message to me. Don't despair, Alex. You're reaching people around the world. You know, one person, no matter what, and there, for a while before I mentioned Patreon and did on demand, there's a period of no donations, except a few once in a while. The one person that was donating $5 a month was in Norway. So picture like a mass amount of Alex Ansary audience fans being here in the United States. The one person donating $5 a month for a long time during some of those periods. And again, there was the occasional donation, but the person was in Norway. On another note, when I wrote that solar flare article, right, in 2009, who discovers it and who puts it in his physical magazine but the editor of Nexus, based in Australia? My one and only actual print publication. I was actually paid $200 for it. Here I am 8 years later, and I'm thinking about all the things that I'm going to create here. Now seeing what I've created here so far in the in the 11 months as we come up here on the 1 year anniversary. Maybe I should theme the fundraising I'm doing now around the 1 year anniversary. having now invested about $9,500 in this property. $4,000 in the shed, $5,500 in payments. I paid my land payment on the 28th, several days before the 1st, for the first time ever. I changed my internet plan and now I'm paying $60 instead of $90, and it's better than ever. I mean, I can get up in the morning and upload these videos. Before, folks, I don't know if you knew this, I had to stay up till midnight and sit there running a generator babysitting it. I still got to run a generator to upload my videos, but getting up at 6 sure beats staying up till midnight. You know, I'm gonna go out and after I watch this video or edit it down or compress it, I'm going between working with the computer and getting some sunshine. I'm going to work to develop some greater discipline in my own life in the next few days to month to start updating those other websites that I talked to you about. I got to update the, I didn't tell you yet, the dailymatrix.com. Looking for writers for the dailymatrix.com. David, others, you're hearing me now. I just want to really build my own platform, and I'm doing it in multiple ways other than alexansary.tv, the personality as some people might see it. And there's a lot to me. Sometimes it's too hot to handle, too hot to handle. And so we have the dailymatrix.com. We have solarmaxnews.com. Your way, right away. Here's just the information without Alex. Here's worldwarzero.com. I feel like I'm missing a website. Offgridco.com. It's woken a lot of people up to what's happened in Costilla County. I am a portal of information, and there are aspects of the information within me that I'm starting to, what word we use? Compartmentalize, specialize, creating specialized websites, because in the next several years, I'm going to reach the world. Okay? They already have written about things I've done in the past in a historical sense. It's not about becoming famous. It's about making the biggest impact on this planet while I'm using this body. In the body of Alexander Saeed Ansari. Writing a story about my life and the fears that I've gone through and the terror within because of the world events and the biology that I was born into, and then the journey of rising above fear and going, so be it. If it happens, it happens. Let it ride. I'm in all the way. This outside the box, outside the city, off the grid experience isn't about being afraid. It was about going to a place in America, the country I was born in, to be in my power. And I felt that I wasn't in my power in Portland. And I prayed sincerely. And I sought this for 10 years. And I gave of myself selflessly through videos and dealt with the psychic attacks, because I'm literally talking about archons and supernatural things, not just politics. I'm talking about heavy stuff that, if any of it's real, and I believe that it is, sometimes they're going to get pissed. But it doesn't mean that they're all powerful. It means there's complications that we face. And now, at the age of 37, I'll be 38 next year. And I think about the mortality of my body as my body begins to age and weaken. I think about my soul ripening as I age and growing and helping others around the world of different ages and racial backgrounds and doing the great work and evolving beyond this matrix. Maybe this is a lifetime in which I will accomplish that. Maybe I will accomplish perhaps other goals of evolving the soul to a point to where I'm in an even better situation to help humanity. Maybe a form other than this. But I do wish to help the people of this planet in the greatest way possible. So those are my thoughts. You know, the connection between, because some people think it's all about fear, right? And it's not. There is a connection for me with regards to self-healing, truth-telling, as a spiritual practice, bringing into one, no more duality. No more duality. But literally there being a connection between being aware and being on the path. I'm Alex Ansary, sign off for May 1st, 2007.